Hello students, welcome to today's session. Today we are going to start with a new topic under the polynomial, which is something which is classification of the polynomial. So student, in the previous session, we have already studied about the what polynomial consists of. The polynomial consists four things: the coefficient, the exponent, the terms, and the variable. Now, students, we'll be reading about the next topic, which is classification of the polynomials. Classification of polynomials. Now, student, the polynomial has been divided into three things. And what are those? Can you name me? So, this is something the polynomial and polynomials has been divided into three things. The first one is monomial. Second one is binomial. And the third one is trinomials. Now, what do you mean by monomial? What do you mean by binomial? Let's check. So students, monomial is something where there is only one term is available. So only one term. Monomial is something where there is only one term. What about the binomial? Binomial is something where there is two terms are present. And third, which is the trinomial, it is something where three terms are present. So mostly in your 9th class syllabus, you will see that only you have monomial, binomial, or trinomial. Now let's see the example of each and every one, and then I'll give you some other questions. So student, suppose if I'm giving a question that 2x t 4 1 7x 8qr, these all are the example of monomial. These all are the examples of monomial. Why? Because in this, there is only one term, which is 2x. There is no addition, no subtraction. This is the second question, which is t. There is only one term. What about 4? 4 is also a single term. 1 single term, 7x and 8qr. So these all are the examples of the monomial. Why? Because these all expressions, all terms, they are not separated by any operation. There is no addition, no subtraction in between. But what about the binomial? Binomial is something where there is compulsion that there should be one operation should be there. Either it is positive or it is negative. So binomial 7x plus 2, 4x minus 3, 8y plus 7, 15z plus 12. So you might see that in each of the equation or each of the polynomial, you will be having one operation which is available. One operation which is available. And this is what the compulsion of the polynomial for the binomial terms. Then what about the polynomial terms? So the what about the trinomial? I'm sorry. Trinomial terms. In trinomial terms, obviously, there should be two operations. For example, 7x plus 4y plus 18, 12x plus 2y plus 1, 7x plus 2, 12y plus 8z. Now, in this, you will be seeing that in each of the expression or in each of the expression, there are two operations which has been conducted. It can be either positive or it can be either negative. There is no issue in that. So you might get one confusion that what about 7x plus 12x plus 4, if this is the expression, then what do you think? Is it a binomial or trinomial? So the answer is that this is nothing but the binomial. Because first, you should conduct this operation of the like terms. You should conduct the operation of the like terms. First of all, you should add 7x plus 19x, sorry, plus 12x plus 4, which is nothing but it is 19x plus 4. Now over here, you will see that this is binomial. Binomial. In the same way, suppose if you'll get one more question, 2x square plus 17x square plus 4z plus 12z plus 8 plus 9. So what about this? So again, there are few like terms. First of all, we need to solve it. So this is this like terms, this like term, and this like term. So if we'll perform the operation over here first, which is 19x square plus 16z plus 17. And this is what now no further operation you can do because no further like terms are there. So this one will be the trinomial. Right? So from my side, you can solve these questions and you can get back to me on my Urban Pro profile. So the question would be 5a plus a. Question number 2, 7a square plus 8b plus 9c. Third question, 6a square plus 5b square. And the fourth question is 3a into 4b plus 2c. If you'll get the answer, then you can let me know and I'll be really happy to solve each and everything. Now, students, after this thing, we'll be coming to the other thing, which is the types of polynomial. Types of polynomial. Now, there are different types of polynomial also. For example, there will be linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomial, biquadratic polynomial, constant polynomial, and zero polynomial. Now, let's bring this topic and let's divide it further. So, student, there are few types of polynomials. Now, the first one, if we'll talk about, the first one is the constant polynomial. Now, in the constant polynomial, suppose there is a degree of 0, then it will be known as the degree of 0 with any term or any variable, the degree of 0 will be there with any term, then it will be known as the constant polynomial. Let us see how it is. So students, what if I will say 2. What if I will say 4x to the power of 0? What if I will say 17? What if I'll say 100 to the 100 in x to the power of 0? So you might be knowing it that anything to the power of 0 is nothing but 1. So can you write 2 as 2 into x to the power of 0, which is nothing but you know that x to the power of 0 is equals to 1. So which is 2 into 1, which is 2. For x to the power of 0, so 4x to the power of 0 is nothing but 1, which is 4. 17 is nothing but you can write 17 as 17 into x to the power of 0, which is 17 into 1, which is 17. Right? If it is 100 to the 100 into x to the power of 0, which can be written as 100 into 1, and it will be 100. Right? So this is what the constant polynomial is. So if you need the definition, so a polynomial of degree 0 is called a constant polynomial. There is one question. What about if I'll say that, what about 6 to the power of 0 into x to the power of 0? What about this question? So the answer of this one again will be the 6 to the power of 0 is nothing but it's 1 into x to the power of 0 is 1, and this will be 1. I thought this might be the confusing thing which will be going into your mind. So I just cleared it that it's not only the variable with the powers of 0, it can be on the coefficient also. If the coefficient power is 0, then the answer will be 1 only. The second one is the second one is linear polynomial. Now, student, linear polynomial, it's something where if I'll give you one example, y plus 2, 4x, 6x, 7x plus 2y. Now, student, in this question, you might be seeing that at the variable, you won't see any power. There is power of 1 in the first one, power of x, 1 at the x, power of 1 at z, power of 1 x, right? So it is something, it is known as the linear polynomial, where the variable consists the power of 1. So if we'll call the definition, a polynomial of degree 1 is called a linear polynomial. And it can be anything. It can be monomial, it can be binomial, and it can be trinomial as well. There doesn't matter. So linear polynomial may be monomial, binomial, or trinomial. It can be anything, but we should keep in mind that the degree, the highest exponent should not be more than 1, right? The third one over here will be third one where it is known as the quadratic polynomial. quadratic polynomial. Now, student, what if I'm giving an example which is 2x square plus 7y, 4x square plus 17x square plus 12z plus 18y. Third one, 12z square plus 18x. Now, student, you might see that in each of the question, in each of the example, the highest power or the highest exponent you are seeing in the equation is something which is over here. This is 2. Over here, first of all, we need to solve the like terms, which would be nothing but 14x square plus 17x square would be 21x square plus 12z plus 18y. Now, over here, again, the power we are getting is x square, which is having power of 2 or the exponent of 2. Over here, again, the third question, you are seeing the exponent of 2. So in overall equation, the highest exponent you will see, it is known as, if it is 2, then it will be quadratic polynomial. So if we'll write the definition, then a polynomial of degree 2 is called a quadratic polynomial. And it can be, again, it can be monomial, binomial, or trinomial. It can be monomial, binomial, or trinomial. Just you should keep in one thing in mind, that the highest exponent should not be greater than 2, or it should be 2. It should be 2, right? Now, the third thing is cubic. Cubic polynomial. You might have guessed it properly, that now in the cubic polynomial, there should be the exponent of 3, right? So we'll write the example such that 4x cube plus 2x square plus 7x plus 2. The second one would be the 12x cube plus 7x square plus 2. Now, in this, both the equation, you might be seeing that highest exponent is something which is 3. Although there is 2, but we should check for the highest exponent, which is 3 in the equation. So that is something which is known as the cubic polynomial. So if we'll write the definition, a, a polynomial of degree 3 is called cubic polynomial. Is called as cubic polynomial, right? Now there's the next one, which is biquadratic polynomial. Biquadratic polynomial. Now, student, what if I'll be giving one large equation, which is 4x to the power of 4 plus 3x cubed plus 2x squared plus 7x plus 7 is equals to this. The second one, if I am giving the one more equation, then for example, I am giving 10x to the power of 4 plus 4z cube plus 16z cube plus 12y square plus 17 7x plus 18. Now, in this equation, students, you might be seeing that the highest exponent over here, which is nothing but 4. So this is something which is known as the biquadratic polynomial. Biquadratic polynomial. So in the definition side, we should write a polynomial of degree 4 is called biquadratic polynomial, right? Now the next one, this one might be confusing, but I'll be make sure that you will get properly. So students, the next one is the zero polynomial. Zero polynomial. Now student, what if the coefficient is zero? What if the coefficient is zero all the time? For example, if I'm writing 0, first of all. Now this 0 can be 0 into x to the power of 0. It can be 0 into x to the power of 1. It can be 0 into x to the power of 2. It can be 0 into x to the power of 3. It can be anything, right? If it is 0 into x to the power of 0 will be 0 only. 0 into x to the power 0 only. This will be 0 only. This will be 0 only. Isn't it? So zero polynomial is something where the coefficient is 0. And then what about the variable? So the degree of this variable is not defined. The degree inside this variable will not be defined. So if it comes to the definition side, then if a, which is coefficient, and is 0, then we get the zero polynomial. The degree of zero polynomial is not defined. Not defined. So this is what the types of polynomial we just read. Now, student, in your syllabus, there is something that over here you will be dealing with one type of polynomial, that is polynomial in one variable. But what do you mean by this thing? So over here, what if I'm giving a question which is 7x square plus 12x plus 17z. And question number 2, 7x square plus 17x cube plus 8x. Question number 3. 8x cube plus 18y square plus 28z. Now, student, you might see that in the question number 1, how many variables are there? How many variables are there? So you will say that there are two variables. What are those? Either it is x or it is z. In the question number 2, there is only one variable. Which one is that? Only one, which is x. In the third question, there are three variables. What are those? Variable number 1, which is x, y, and z. So in this chapter, in the ninth class curriculum, you will see that there will be only one variable. You will see only one variable. You will see. You won't see the variable of 2 and variable of 3. So that's why you will see one thing, which is polynomial in polynomial in one variable. Polynomial in one variable. So let's see the question and let's break each and every equation accordingly. 17x cube plus 14x to the power of 4 plus 7x plus 8. Question number 2. 12x square plus 14x. Question number 3. X. Question number 4. 28x cube plus 18z square plus 14y plus 8. That's it. So students, now let's break question number 1 and what and all we see. Now in question number 1, you will see that first of all, what is the coefficient of x cube? So first of all, we'll see what are the coefficients. Coefficients. In coefficient side, the coefficient of x cube will be 17. Coefficient of x to the power of 4 is 14. X is 7. First of all, these are the coefficients. What are the terms? Terms are 17x cube, then 14x to the power of 4, 7x plus 8. So how many terms? There are 4 terms. Which equation it is? It is biquadratic equation. Why? Because the highest exponent over here is 4. The highest exponent over here is 4. And then we can solve it. What is constant? Constant is 8. 8 is the constant over here, right? In this thing, this is quadratic equation. This is binomial. Coefficient of x square is 12. Coefficient of x is 14, right? There are 2 terms, right? This is only one term. And this one is, there are 3 terms. Or there are 4 terms. 4 terms. And how many variables are there? There are 3 variables. What are those? Either there is x, there is y, there is z. There are 3 variables. So now I hope with this session, you might get each and everything. That's all for today's session. I hope you all understood the topic and keep practicing. I'll see you in the next session and in the next time. If you have any doubt, kindly contact me through my Urban Pro profile. That's all for today's class. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.